Now, this week, the shares of Naspers closing trading at 1,912, which, of course, on Friday represented, or it went up by over 3%. Now, the Naspers recovery, ladies and gents, it has been coming simply because of the fact that one of the big tech companies they own, which is from China called Tencent, it has also been recovering. As those of you that have been following for some time now, ladies and gents, you already know that one of the main reasons that this stock or this Naspers stock has been dropping sharply, it was due to the fact that Tencent, which is the Chinese tech stock which they partly own, has been dropping sharply. Now, to get to see the recovery from Tencent also resulted in, of course, the shares of Naspers recovering quite well. I mean, Tencent this week closed the week trading up 3%, and of course, if you check in the last month, the shares of Tencent has went up by 15%, which is something that, like I said, it is one of the main things that is also making the shares of Naspers to recover quite well. I mean, as I've said, those of you that have been following me for some time, Naspers is one of the stocks that we discuss a lot on this channel. Now, ladies and gents, this coming Monday, Naspers will be giving us their earnings results or their financial results, which is one of the things that so many of the investors are patiently waiting to see the kind of results that, of course, Naspers will give us on Monday. Now, in today's video, guys, we'll be going through some of the big things or some of the things that you ought to look out for in those earnings, which, ladies and gents, Naspers will be giving us on Monday. But of course, before we dig deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video, and of course, if you enjoy this video, consider hitting that likes button and subscribe. That's if you've not subscribed to the channel already. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Now, without wasting any more time, Naspers, like I said, on Monday will be giving us their earnings results, and like I said, so many of the investors, including us retail investors, will be patiently waiting to see what Naspers will report on those earnings on Monday. Now, one of the things that, of course, we already know about the EPS on the results which are coming on Monday, Naspers has already told us on their trading statements to say that we can expect their EPS or earnings per share to drop between 39 to 46% compared to the, of course, earnings results which they reported for the period which ended in March. So this is something that, ladies and gents, it's something that we already know going to those earnings. Naspers has already warned us and gave us their, of course, estimates to say that they're expecting to see their EPS or earnings per share dropping by 39 to 46%. Now, you remember that EPS or this earnings per share, it's one of the most important key term when looking at the company's earnings results, because it tells you how profitable the company is. So basically, it shows you the profitability in a company, and the more this earnings per share continues to positively grow, is the more the company becomes more and more profitable. So as an investor or as a retail investor, EPS is one of the main things that obviously in each and every company that you invest in, you should be able to look at and monitor if there's progress, or if this EPS, if the company is reporting a much better EPS than the EPS they've been reporting in the previous months, previous quarters, or previous years. Which, of course, if you find out that it is becoming positive every time they report their earnings, it is taken as a very good thing. And that is a company that, ladies and gents, its share price also might, of course, increase with time, because the company is becoming more and more profitable. Now, to get to see that, Naspers, of course, it's indicating that they're expecting to see a drop in their EPS of between 39 and 46%. It is not a good thing. And like I said, they've already told us before the earnings results or the financial results which are coming on Monday. And they've already told us, of course, on the trading statements to say that we are to expect that, which, like I said, is not a good thing. When you see an EPS of the company that you are investing in going down or expected to go down, it's not something that is very good to watch. So all I can say is that most of the investors will be, of course, patiently waiting to see the exact figure that, of course, Naspers will report in terms of their earnings per share. Now, of course, Naspers came out and told us that one of the main reasons why this EPS will be going, or they're expecting it to drop sharply, is simply because of the contribution, or a decrease in contribution of the headline earnings from associates, including the low fair value that we've been seeing this year. So they said that this is one of the main things, or main reasons why, of course, their EPS, or earnings per share, is expected to drop by between 39 and 46%. So the fact that we are expecting to see the headline earnings dropping by 39 to 46%, like I said, it is quite probably a concern to some of the investors, or it will be a concern to some of the retail investors or investors that are investing into Naspers. But like I said, this is one of the companies that, of course, it has been badly hurt due to, of course, their Tencent holding, which is one of the big tech stocks in China, dropping sharply due to the regulations, or due to the crackdowns of big tech companies in China. Now, to get to know that, of course, China is looking at, of course, stopping with the crackdowns is going to be one of the things that, ladies and gents, will make the stock or the company like Tencent to recover. And as it continues recovering, we are also going to see the shares of Naspers also recovering quite well, which is something that we have already seen, as I've told you, to say that Tencent, for the past month, it has went up by over 15%, which, of course, this has been, of course, resulting in the shares of Naspers also recovering quite well from their 52-week low. Now, obviously, one of the main things that you ought to be watching out, or be in the lookout for, on Monday when Naspers release their results, is the total revenue which they have generated for the period. This is very important because, like I always say, it is important that a company continues to show growth in terms of the revenue they generate every quarter, every year, which of course attracts investors, because this just definitely means that, or an increase in revenue simply means that the products or services which the company provides are in demand, and chances are they might be in demand even in the years to come. So the kind of services, the kind of products, the kind of companies that, of course, Naspers is holding simply means that we can expect to see growth even in the future. But obviously, me personally, looking at specifically a company like Tencent, I believe that there's still a massive growth that we can expect in that Chinese big tech stock. It's just that, like I said, it was affected by the crackdowns, which of course the Chinese regulators came and imposed on almost all, if not all, big tech stocks in China early last year. So I personally believe that week, as long as, of course, now the Chinese regulators came out and said that they are going to be stopping with the crackdowns, is one of the things that, of course, will definitely boost even the revenues, the share price of Naspers, which is one of the things that, of course, though you might get disappointed on Monday probably on the total revenue which they have generated, it's something that you should always have at the back of your mind. Now, Naspers, like I said, it is a stock that we've discussed quite a number of times on this channel. So I personally believe that we will see some good recoveries into Naspers in the near term, as I personally believe that most of the Chinese stocks are going, or are on an uptrend, or are recovering quite well, and chances are very high that we might see the recovering continuing even in the short term, which is something that, of course, just definitely means that even on a company like Naspers, we can expect to see growth as the month unfold in terms of the share price. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you these quick updates about what to expect and what is it that you need to monitor on the upcoming, obviously, earnings or financial results which Naspers will be giving us on Monday. Otherwise, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in the stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.